I'm here to tell on myself. What's good and welcome to My name is Solow and welcome to the SolowSays YouTube channel. Welcome back to my channel. Yes, you already know what time it is. If you can read the what you call that thing, the name or whatever of this video, you see that I'm about to expose myself. I'm about to give you some tea to sip on. You understand? And it's my own brand. You get it? SolowSays. Tell on yourself. But yeah, this is more of like the high school, how I started on my F sheet. You understand how I started? Because you need to know where you come from to know where you're going. So always gotta lay the foundation proper. So that's what I'm about to do. But today, this video, it's also kind of rushed. Like my energy might be a bit scattered because we're going on a vacay. So I have to like do this really quickly, but I thought, you know what, consistency is always key, and I always want to give like videos and stuff like that. So I was like, hold on, you know, while everybody's rushing around trying to pack their bags and stuff, I was like, let me come and do a video. So for that, I think I deserve like a like and a subscribe. I don't know, but it's up to you. You don't have to like the video, but you know, do you? I don't need the likes. Kidding. Please like and subscribe. You know, if you like my energy, you know where we come, we vibe, we chill. It's never really that deep. You understand? But yeah, I'm also eating some oranges and like a shake because I am hungry and I have to do this because of time. So if I'm like eating, I should also like say like a mukbang, tell on myself type of energy. I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but like I hope I don't eat in a disgusting manner. You know when people eat, just like, yo bro, like you kind of just did that off camera. Yeah, just not. But yeah, I'm very excited for today's video because like I feel like I don't remember much, okay, besides a few videos, you know, from my childhood. I mean, besides a few times of my childhood, but like from this point onwards, like everything became vivid. Ooh, do you see that? Oh, people who eat on camera, bro, that get out. But okay, so yeah, so this video is going to be all about when live started to kick off for me, you know, because like everything that happens from this point, obviously childhood a lot, you know, but like everything that happens from this point was kind of my own decisions and how I led myself down the rabbit hole and how I played boo-boo the fool with everybody, you understand? And yeah, so without further ado, let's get into it. Let me just get a sip of this for some energy. Child, listen, I sleep late, I wake up early because like my cousin, she wakes up and she goes to school, so then she comes to my room and vibes, you understand? So it's like, if you see bags under my eyes, pray for me. But yeah, this is a Future Life shake with almond milk, you understand? Like I said in the previous video, if you did watch my previous video, shout out to you, the get to know me one. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got a bit of my energy, sus, who I am and what I'm about, you understand, what I don't tolerate and my type and all that good stuff. But yeah, so in that video I was like, I eat fruits, and this is literally like my type of food. So yeah, I talk that talk and I walk that walk, period. Anyways, so let's get into this. When I started to rebel. So that's what the title of this video is, when I started to rebel. Now, child, like when I was growing up, I was like a big scaredy cat. Like I was a very big scaredy cat. Like because of my mom was very strict, you understand? She was like super strict. Oh, and on the oranges, I don't know if I'm the only one that does this, but I like to put like herbal salt or salt on top of the oranges, like because it just like gives it that zang, you know. So wiping my hands on my clothes. Okay, so my mother was like strict growing up. So like I had a brother and I had like a neighbor. It was always the three of us like doing some stuff, but it was mostly them. Like I remember they used to like climb the trees. They used to climb the trees like in neighbors' yards, like in front of your house. We had like very big trees, so they would sneak out and go climb the trees together, and I would just be there like, no, what is mommy gonna say? Like, guys, you're gonna be in trouble. I was, that weak phony. Oh, child, listen. But I love who I used to be because she got me to who I am today. But like, she was so scared. Like, and I never really did much. I never really like stepped outside of my comfort zone. I was very conforming and like trying to make sure that my mom doesn't pop off on me. If I make a mistake or something like that. So I kept it very like calm, you dig? But then, I started to grow up. I went to high school. And in the Get to Know Me video, I said where I went, whatever. But I went to high school. And in the beginning of high school, I was still like, in my like energy, I was still lame. You understand? I was still a lame. You understand? Like, I gotta call it how I see it. Love that on my tea, though. I don't even like know who she was. Like, I barely know who I was last year. So to think about who I was in grade 8 and 9, like, it's so detached. Like, but the first season of me like starting in this like rebellious energy was this friend that I had in grade 9. You understand? And me and her, we came from the same primary school together, and no, this is grade 8. And I transitioned because I used to chill with like my primary school friend, like the first half, and they were like, she was Caucasian, and then like I switched. You understand? That's where I started switching, like in grade 8. But anyways, so me and this girl, we were close. We were thick thieves. Like, we were in the same class together. So, like in high school, it's more about like who's in your class, and then that's who you bond with, because I mean, there's no other way around it. So me and her, we were in the same class together, and she was one of those girls. She was one of those girls who was like into the matrix. And the matrix were into her as well. Like, the older guys were like also into her. And me, I was just that free. You understand? I've always been that free. You understand? I was like in the background, like, girlfriend. Oh gosh. Bless that Unati, bro. Like, bless that Solow. She was really like a ride or die for some fuck shit. But anyways, so we were like, she was into that energy. So when you're young, you understand, and like especially older guys, the mindset of a grade 8 or like a first, a freshman or whatever, compared to like a senior, you understand, it's pretty much like they are gods and we must get close with them, type of energy. So me and her used to get up to a whole lotta. Like, dude. Bro, if you ever watch this, like, it was the best, wasn't it? Like, it was truly the best. But like, so she was like into these guys, like these certain guys, and then like she used to make food for them. Like, she became very when she had her mind fixed on something, like, she went in. So the one guy, he was like, he wants food, she'd cook for him, she'd bring juice for him. But now the thing is, she's also that type, like, if you wronged me, you'll see. You understand? You will see what I will do to you. You understand? So one of the guys like wronged her or whatever, and then like she made a concoction for him at her place, and then she like would bring it to him, like, and then I don't know if they drank it, I don't even know, but at break we like gave it to him and we were all like giddy and stuff, like watching him drink the stuff. I don't know, maybe she like spat in or something, I don't know, maybe put vinegar and salt. It was a whole lot, you understand, in that bottle. So like me and her, like, we started doing like these things, you understand, in high school. And at that time I started changing because like I'm at home, my mom, like, she really didn't want me to chill with her. Like, she really didn't want me. But my mom didn't want me to be friends with anybody. Like, she just wanted me to be me and her, and that's it. Like, me, her, church, and the Bible, and God, like, period. Like, no friends. Like, what's a friend? You understand? Jesus is your friend. Um, mm. So like me and her would be like we'd like do some stuff. So the one thing that we really used to we push and shove and never get caught. We do, like, don't judge me. I'm not that person. I'm just here to tell her story. You understand? I don't know who that man, I don't know who that girl is. I don't know who she is. So we used to like write notes. You understand? Write on a piece of paper. You know, we used to like spend time like discussing about what we're gonna write on a piece of paper. Like, okay, so we're gonna write on that piece of paper. Because there's this one guy. He was like really short. Like he was in matric, but he was like really short. But he was like the cool guy at that time. And like there were dances and whatnot. Oh my god, guys. But like she had a crush on him. Like she was really into him, and he was kind of narcissistic when I look back right now. He had that energy, like I don't see you type of energy, like kiss up to me. So we used to write some pieces of paper like, you're so short. You're so tiny and stuff like that. And when we would like go early, like we'd plan, because I stayed really close to my high school, but we'd like plan like, okay, we need to get to school at 6:30, and we knew their schedule. Okay, she knew, and then I ended up knowing because she knew. We knew their schedule, we knew their timetable, like we knew everything about them. And then we used to like go to school really early and go put like letters in like their lockers, like these different guys would go put there. And then, oh my god, no life, we used to wait at break for them, or when they come to see the letters. It was the funniest. Like honestly, the thrill. It was the thrill for me. Like I told you, like if there's anything you want me to jump on, I'll jump on it. Like if I'm gonna laugh and I'm gonna I'm gonna have a nice time, like I'm there for that. So we used to like sit and like wait for them, and then they would like come to the locker and then open the locker, and then we saw letter would drop on the floor and we picked it up. Man's picked up the letter, like read it, like he threw it away. Can you imagine? But yeah, we used to get so many kicks. So me chilling with her, like, it really started like exposing me to like a whole lot of things. Like, you know, SE, Walla Walla Bing Bang. You know, I started hearing about what it was about, you know, because I've always known, because I had a cousin, you know, that would really tell me like about her life. But I was so like, what will Jesus say? So I wasn't like really like feeling it. I was there for the chats, but like I was like, nah. Then grade 8 I started realizing, oh, okay, so it's like this, so it's like this, so it's like that. And then at home, like it started becoming evident that Unatis no well, I'm gonna call myself, I can call myself whatever. Solow's no longer like being that child who doesn't want to speak up, who doesn't want to talk, you know, who doesn't want to just take whatever people do with me. Like I start speaking back now. And then sorry, one moment. So that was like the first me being friends with her. But now my neighbor, we called her Piggy Sue. You know, I'll say that because that's not her real name, and not a lot of people know her like that. But like we used to call Piggy Sue. So like me and her, we were both like the same. If you know, she's a Gemini, I'm a Sag. So that's usually like the people I become like closest to, like a Gemini, stuff like that. So we would like talk about wanting to sneak out and all that good stuff. We would talk about that, but we were also kind of scared. But like her family was more open to like partying and drinking. Obviously she wasn't allowed because we were like kids. Like she's 2 years younger than me. So when I was in grade 9, because this is grade 9 now. So when I was in grade 9, she was like in grade 7 or something. I don't know. But she was hella mature. And like she had older brothers. Like her older brothers were like, bro, like those guys were wild. Like they had motorbikes. They were those guys who had motorbikes. They drank like gang alcohol. Like, you know, there was, you know, on that side. And he used to like really bully us. Like, But anyways, like, she was mature. That's what I'm trying to say. So now, like, we're growing up and whatnot, you understand? And we start picking up, like, okay, if we go to the pantry, you know, her parents always had drink. Like, her parents always had drink. Like, when I went to, like, over, like, thingy, it was a complete contrast to my house. Like, in my house, it's like, God is all the time, and then when I get there, it's like, naughty. So what, you know, come dance with me. Like, I remember when I was like 7, they were throwing like a party, like a bash or whatever, and you know, like, white people's bashes are completely different to black people's bashes. Like, I don't know, it's how, like, white people, Caucasians get drunk, like, white, you know, is it white go wasted? Like, they get white wasted. And at a very young age, I went there and I was going to visit Michaela, and then this one uncle, he came to me and he was like, go, let's dance. He was like, go, let's dance. And then he took me, and then he was like doing this with me, and like, I was like scared, because I was like, is this man possessed? Because like, he's never done this before. And what's going on, you know? And then I realized, like, later, like, okay, these people drink alcohol, and the alcohol makes them go crazy. So yeah, anyways, so we started like picking up, like, okay, you know, we can just take like a little bit of something and then, like, you know, go to the side or whatnot. Like, I was very scared though. Like, I think we just took a sip, you know, like and it was like, oh no, we've sinned, oh my word. But not, excuse me, nowhere in this video am I saying that like people should do this. Like, if you're underage and you're watching me, like, learn from me that it's not worth it. It's not. It's really not worth it. Okay, so okay, she was still kind of scared, so we weren't really doing much. Then there was this other friend that I met at church. I met her at church. She was also white, but she was like those white girls that are like colored, you know, like they no menonati, like, and then you're like, yeah. So she grew up with like colored, so she had that like colored energy and like whatnot. So she really exposed me to some stuff. And she was the very same girl that like my mom was like, I should be friends with her, because she was living with the pastors. She was living with the pastors at our church. So my mom was like, because my mom, you know, very big on church, was like, I should be friends with her because she's going to lead me closer to God. Did she not do the exact opposite? Oh my goodness. Like, listen, that girl, if you ever watch this, bro, like, got mad love for you. But yeah, so me and her, started chilling, started getting close. And in the beginning, like, she was very skeptical of me because I gave off that energy, like, I don't know nothing. So she was very skeptical of me until like we took a trip to Joburg together. It was me and her, and then we took a trip to Joburg. Oh no, she moved to Joburg, and then I went to go visit her. And then wow, listen, that was my first time encountering ganja. So this was grade 9. Yeah, this was grade 9, and I did it. You know, the first time, like, you don't ever feel anything. Like, honestly, like, you never feel anything. Even people, when they try like it once, I'm not that I'm condoning it, you know, but even the people who try it like once and they're like, I never felt anything, I don't know what you have to talk about. Like, honestly, dude, no one does the first time. You just have to try and try and try. Nah, but don't try though. It's not worth it. Like, it's just not worth it. It's evil. It's a gateway. You understand? It's truly like, but I mean, that's also up for debate, honestly. But let me just get about here. Okay, so yeah, so I went there, I tried it for the first time. I also kissed for my first time. Yeah, so this was like grade 9. Also got like my first like kissing situation. Like I got, oh my gosh, like he was so good looking. Like he was such a vibe. Like he was my type. Like at that time, like Joburg, like screw, rap trappers, like type of energy. You understand? Like they really had that, and he had like this voice. Like oh my god, like yeah. Ooh. Oh my gosh, like if you ever see this, bro, like what it do? But yeah, so I experienced like my first like street life situation with this girl. Then we came back home in East London. Like this is now grade 10. So now grade 10 is when things really started to pop off. Like when I say it started to pop, like it actually started like New Year's Day. At this point, my first like high, like the first time like ganja like hit, like I'll do like another story time for that because I was like hella funny and I was such a like oh day. It was such a weird thing. And I was so like, what is this? And then it just went boom and the movie started. But so yeah, like towards the end of grade 9, like I was already, I don't want to say deep within, if stuff, but like I was like kind of deep at that time. And now me and like my friend Pisu, like my neighbor, it was the 31st of January and I never went out on the 31st. Like my mom was like very big on we praying, you understand? So this was my first night out on the town. And me and her, like me and my neighbor, we really like to like lie for each other. Like, I'll tell her parents one thing and then she'll tell my parents one thing, like type of energy. So we told like people at my place that I was gonna be at her place. You understand? But now my mom was like, you can't be there because like they're gonna be drinking and whatnot. So you can't be around like people who are drinking and whatnot. And so we were like, okay, now they're gonna book us a place, so we're gonna go stay somewhere else, just the two of us, because like we want to just be in solitude and all that good stuff. And then we told her friends that we were coming to my place because like my friend, like she doesn't want to be exposed to that. You understand? She just wants to have a peaceful night. So her parents are like, go, have fun, Didn't really care. Like her mom even bought us champagne. Like her mom bought us champagne. Like her mom was, I like really dig her mom. Like I really, really dig her mom. So yeah, her mom bought us champagne and whatnot. And then like in the beginning of the day, we spent by her place. We spent like, sipping on what her mother gave us. Because, like, I feel like white people, like anyone, like if you have a cool relationship with your parents, like they're gonna expose you to some stuff if they do that. Like, I'm not saying all parents do that. Like, definitely not. Like, in my family, none of that. So on this night, we like decided, okay, tonight we sneaking out. Tonight we going out. So like there were these other dudes that I knew and met them at church. Yo, though, like, what is like church? Like, oh my god, such a deception. But we met these other guys at church, that the other church that I was going to, and they invited us to like this bash. It was gonna be in Vincent. Okay, well, it doesn't matter, but it was gonna be like in this other like place, and it was kind of close to where we stayed. Because like yeah, it was kind of close to where we stayed. So like we did it all. Like we completed the task at my place, like making sure that everybody thinks we're gonna be gone. At her place, like we chill when everybody got like a bit turned. That's when we're like, okay, we're going now to my place to go sleep. Her brother and his girlfriend like watched us like going to the house, and we were like in the door, like the minute we saw them gone, we were like, oh, out. Because like my backyard was connected to her backyard so they could see her. But anyway, so we we snuck out. Like we got out my gate and then we walked to like the closest petrol station. And then when we got there, like we bumped into these other dudes that stayed in the area. So like the one, when I connected with him, he's like the ex of mine. that's like became a thug, like was on some criminal type of energy. But like when I met him, he wasn't in that energy. Like we all came from the same area. He stayed in the same area. Like he stayed down the road. Like I knew him growing up because he was the same age as like my older cousin. They went to the same high school. So yeah, but that was my first night like meeting him when I was like in grade 9, going to grade 10. And he was like already, I think, doing second year or something. No, maybe first. I don't know, but we were just like 4 years apart. But anyways, so we met them, ended up ditching those other like guys. Ended up ditching them, like even put my phone off like child, because I was like, we on to better, you understand? And then we chilled with like those, because it was me and like my ex, and then it was her and the other guy. Like it was like Watching like what Caucasian, African, like, you know, of color. So we would look like we were couples, you understand? Little did I know. But yeah, so we ended up, that's how it started, you know, that's how I started like sneaking out. And so after that, it was late. After that, like at home, I switched up. Like honestly, I was so tired of being scared and not living for myself and making all this. Now, I'm not saying like when you need to like break free, you need to like disobey your parents and you need to sneak out and you need to, you know, do everything wrong. But I mean, like the way my mom was set up, she was like, everything was like, where you going? What you doing? Who you with? You know, show me the parents. Like it was very strict. So at that time, I didn't have a choice. Like sneaking out was like my only way of like getting out there. You understand? I have like another story time, like when I went to prison. When they took me to the police, child. They took me to the police. Yeah, that child. I was like the disobedient one. Like when I started, let's say everyone would come to me and be like, Solow, what's going on? I was like, I'm living my best life. Yeah, so I started sneaking out, and yeah, I started doing like everything. Like at school, like there was this other dude, like child, that's like 60 story times, like alone with that like toxic relationship. Like if I could pray and intercede for that on IT, listen, if I could go back in time, you know, I would have just minded my business and kept it pushing. But anyways, so there was this like dude at high school, and he was like with this gang of other guys, and like after school, we go down to the like fields, down like the rugby fields, and then we were like going like, yes. So I would go home like hi and stuff. Never got busted though. Like, well, until I got busted. And that's another story. But yeah, so I never really got busted. I started like sneaking out like at night and whatnot. And I'll do like videos of like my sneaking out shandies and like the times I got busted. Cause like, I snuck out like maybe, yeah, I'm really telling on myself. Like if you're watching this, like, I don't know who that Solow, I don't know who that girl is today. I'm just here to tell the story. But yeah, like I got caught maybe 3, 4 times. But I snuck out like every weekend. Like even sometimes in the week. Like, and I had this other friend. We also like, yeah, me and her, like she used to make it happen. She was the girl that like knew the guys, knew the vibes, and like we'd always go out. Like I still have videos from I have actually videos from 2016 when I started. Like I have all the videos. So if you know that we were in some videos together or whatever, I got them still. Yes. And yeah, man, it was really cool. You know, it was really cool. And yeah, I think I never suffered at school though. Like at school, I don't know how I did it, but like I was one of those kids that, you know, maybe living a double life, but like no one would know. Like I was never in trouble at school. My marks were crisp. My marks were always crisp. Like although I was going through friendship troubles, relationship troubles, home troubles, like all sorts of troubles, like academically, I was like on par, like period. So yes, and like it was really fun, you know. The rebellious streak, like obviously it had its consequences, like with the times I got busted, time I went to jail, like all those like things, you know. My mom used to take my phone, like she used to take my phone, bro, like. But now I'm at that age where I'm like, you can't have my phone. I'm not attached to it because I got used to it. When phones were like really popping, like, you know, Mix It, you know, when and BBM, when it was still like new on the block. You understand? Like my mom was taking my phone like every single day, like, and that used to make it even harder for me to like do some stuff, you know. And I used to like sneak my phone and stuff. Like it was I used to do a whole lot of sneaky don't because like honestly, bro, like what was I supposed to do? I am living this life. You understand? In the streets, they know me like this. You understand? And now I'm dealing with my mom who's like this. So I had to do what I had to do. You understand? Girls gotta do what girls gotta do. Yeah. So she used to like take my phone at 8 and then give it to me like when I come back from school. And then I still had to do like homework. I still had to do drama. You understand? Like there was so much. It was a whole. But I'm so thankful that that season is over. But yeah, so that's when I like started like rebelling and walking into some things. Obviously there's other stories that can go around like this whole season of like rebelling and whatnot, but I mean like the catalyst was probably the people from church, like they were the ones that really show me some stuff. And yeah, I feel like in my family, no one knew what was going on with me because like I was hella discreet, and of course I was the black sheep of the family. So like I was just keeping things hush hush, you know, and it never affected anything. Like truly, it never really affected anything. Like it wasn't like I don't know. And even get this, like they used to tell me, because like my cousins would date, but like they would date openly, and my mom wanted me to like date white guys. So whenever they would speak to me, they would say like, "Oh, when are you gonna bring a boyfriend home?" And I knew like if I would ever bring like a man of color home, it was not gonna pop. And especially my mom, I don't even think she would have tolerated me dating. But like it worse if it's not like a white guy. But like that was just not my cup of tea. You understand? Like I couldn't float with that. I have nothing against like white guys. Like I have nothing against anybody. Like I said, my type is pretty. Like my type is just pretty. Like my type is only pretty. But yeah, so she would never like. So they would tell me like, "Oh, Solow, 16 and never been kissed." I was like, damn straight, yes sir. Never me, never that. Like what? Dating, ew. Boys, ew. And like my mom really like. Yeah, she didn't suspect because like I never allowed like boys and nightlife. Besides when I got busted, but like it never really clouded who I was at home because I knew that survival of the fittest means that you gotta like keep yourself together. Like my cousins and my brother, like they became scaredy cats, but they would come and tell me like, "Well, Nanti, you can't do this." I was like, I'm not gonna be here tonight, so please cover for me. But my brother would like never really want to involve. He was like, it has nothing to do with me, you know. But I would like go through his window sometimes. So yeah, and I used to put like, we'll get into that in the sneaking out videos. But yeah, so that's how I was as like in high school, like being rebellious. You understand? It was a whole lot of nights where. I I lived. Let me just say that I lived. I rocked and rolled. But yeah, that's all I have for this video. That's all I'm willing to share on telling on myself the time I rebelled. If you did like the story, if you did like my energy, please do like, please do subscribe, please do comment. Leave in the comments like the first time maybe you started rebelling and how you felt about it. I don't know if you're open to telling all that good stuff. Now, I told myself that I'm going to come on here and be hot, that's humble, open, and transparent. And I am not the person I used to be. So I'm going to tell my stories like it's my testimony. And you'll just get my energy from there. But yes, thank you so much for choosing to spend some time with me. And do have a lovely day wherever you are. And remember that you are a blessing to yourself and to those around you.